It
Okay.
just got very quiet.
I think we're now live.
Okay. I will
I
quickly dart
haven't got
over
a
to the
notification
YouTubes.
saying we've gone live, so I don't know. Oh, there,
My
I just
YouTube
got
says we are live.
it. All right. Welcome, everybody, back from our long break. So, I don't want to hear that. Okay.
I don't have a jingle prepared, otherwise I'd attempt to be horrible at it. So, hello, you.
Hello. Welcome. I don't remember how to do this. How do we play games again?
Normally we roll dice and do stupid stuff.
All right.
The stupid stuff is mandatory.
I want to hear a recap of Downtime shenanigans.
Boy.
Wow. Not everybody jump at once for it.
I don't know who else is doing downtime stuff.
Yeah, who's going first?
Well, I volunteer catabasis in Panama.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Their downtime is
You should
relatively
not have.
important.
It is relatively important, yes. So,
Panama's tribute.
yeah, figured. So, everything that was happening downtime, at least with Panama and Catabasis, were retrieving the prophecy lines from the rest of the gods of Evatoria, with only one left to acquire, at least from the gods to uphold the bargain that was made.
Which ends up giving you 9 out of 12 of the lines.
Correct.
That's some good going.
Needless to say, it's been a little bit busy.
Anyone else want to volunteer anything that's happened during downtime?
I mean, the only thing that happened on my side is Flux and Sasha had a nice chat.
Sounds nice.
Was very pleasant.
Yeah.
Flux?
Yeah, Flux, let's hear what you got into.
Flux. I'm trying to find the dang name because it's a weird pronunciation. Okay, what is it? So, what is it? Flux would have told you this. I just didn't update the thing I typed up because I didn't want to, and I wanted to say it in person. Was that Flux talked to the stalker? Apparently, they are some type of deity of technology and childbirth, and they know something about the prophecy. That's why they were changing memories and doing all the like stalking weird stuff. They're somewhere in the ethereal plane, and Flex doesn't have any more information than that because all he knows is that something bad happened, and he basically asked to have to forget what was said, and he wrote it down in his notebook. The information he relays to y'all.
Technology and childbirth just makes me think of chainsaws.
What?
What?
That was the original purpose
Binding
of
of
chainsaws.
Isaac.
Fun fact.
Oh.
Oh my god.
So, Flux, would you like to read with your modifications the thing you've typed up for everybody, or just leave it?
What? You want me to read it out loud?
You don't have to. I was asking if you wanted to update, the YouTube channel.
Sure, I can read it out. Sorry, I was having trouble finding that. All right, so the first thing was about the invisible stalker. What is it? Earlier, Flux tells everybody that was it the Allseers made the blight, and the source is in the basement of the Mage Spire. Both Marith and Flux's defector friend that y'all had met in the temple can accurately find it. But we need to get ready for that if we ever wanted to go and handle that. Any one of the party members who has actually accepted full champion status is effectively now the head of that religion. None of them filled us in on that until at least recently, so I thought Flux would share that information. I think Leo already knew that Leo already knew that
he's taking that one in stride.
Yeah.
He got the party crackers for that one.
Yeah, exactly. He's passing out the Kool-Aid at this point.
Oh yeah, those pamphlets are already being distributed everywhere.
There was a big attack on Marith's followers. There was there's an element inside the anti-Allseers that have a bone to pick for one reason or another. So that's just another. It's just the only reason was it just something that we should know moving forward, because they definitely know who the cleric is.
Okay.
All right, next, somebody else. I've been talking too much.
What's that, Burrito? You're gonna start running games on our YouTube channel, so you can do lots of talking?
No, I'm good.
Absolutely not.
All right.
We'd be demonetized so fucking.
All right. Anybody else want to update anything before we start our game?
I don't think Leo got up to anything exciting, really, just some chats with people.
Oh, wait, yeah, there was something pretty important. Apparently, Nalome's prison is starting to break.
Huh? What do you mean?
Exactly that.
I didn't know this.
Oh no, hope you know that. You're part of the cause of it.
Oh. I do know
he
what's
says.
happening then.
Oh, he says.
I'm going to go back to being mute. Have fun.
Val has no idea what that means.
Depending on current mental status, it could mean a lot of things.
He's fine. Nothing's happening. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I believe Leo did do something rather important.
Did I do something important?
Was that not during downtime? Listen, it's been a while.
Are we talking downtime since last session, or downtime while Leo's been gone?
I don't remember. When did he do the thing?
When did he do the thing?
That depends on the thing.
Listen, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's fine. I don't remember. So
All
if
right.
I don't remember, then Leo deems it not important.
Beautiful.
That could be bad.
That could be.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm terrified.
We'll
You
find out what
should
it is
be.
eventually. It's news to me too, guys. It'll be fun.
I think I know what it was about, but that's meta knowledge, so I'm not saying a damn word. Sorry, guys.
I love it. I love it. All right.
Oh yeah, Catabasis had a chat with Leo and brought him up to speed on generally what he missed while he was off doing cultly godly timey-wimey shenanigans, whatever he got into. So Leo has more or less been updated on the situation. Cat Chat had some discussions with a few people in the background pertaining to various things that he may or may not talk to people about later. He did figure out an alias for himself, but he has not told anyone what it is just yet. But he probably will do so at some point in the near future.
All right. And then Lockie, you said that you were mainly brewing things up, and then when we get to town, you're gonna look for some bottles to stock up on your stock that you sell, correct? Okay. So it is the 26th, and I said you guys were going to be arriving. Like, it's like the day before you, the evening before you guys would be arriving. Like, is there anything you guys want to do before crossing the river and going into the city?
If there's a little bit of time and we're all kind of chill, I think Sasha's going to pull Flux over and say, "Are you free for that conversation with Leo?"
Yes, I think the sooner the better.
All right, and then we're just going to creep on up to Leo and say hi.
Oh, is this an intervention? What's happening?
Yes, Mr. Leo, we need to talk. No, I'm kidding.
What's up? Hi.
Well, as you may know, I used to be a guard, which means I saw a lot of wanted posters. Flux has showed me one of your wanted posters, and just straight to the point, it looks like a forgery. So, pray tell, who wants you behind bars?
Well, I imagine a lot of people. Mainly, probably my old group, my ex group. I only know him as the Mist Lord. I got while we were in the Water City, Evatoria, I got a letter from an old group member about how I informed somebody of this. I think it might have been you, Flux. Maybe. But yeah, they're kind of like hunting me down. Maybe. Sorry.
There's no need to apologize for that.
Absolutely, we would help you, but when were you planning to tell us if this didn't come up as it has?
It kind of slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. We've had, a good chunk of stuff going on. And at the time I received the letter, we were really in the shit. So I put it off and then I forgot about it.
Fair enough. What can we do to help you with this?
We keep going. Imagine if we just don't stay in one place for long, it'll be fine.
Okay,
Unless
we can do that.
Hunting them back.
And that was what I was about to bring up. I mean, it is your decision because it's your business, but do you really just want to run forever?
Not particularly, but we also have a lot of stuff going on, and I don't want to put my problems at the front.
Well,
For the group to deal with.
Your problems are our problems. We will help you, same as you have offered to help us.
Well, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where they would be. And do we really want to stop in one place for a long period of time and wait for them?
Not really, no. I'm going to be honest. We can always at least get a feel for it. Didn't you say that ship that we ran into back? Checking. We got a couple pages back on the notebook here.
A while back while we were out at sea. I remember what you're talking about.
Yes, the whaling ship.
Yeah. They weren't, those weren't people from my old group. They were just people that I had dealt with while working with my old group.
Now, do you think that these groups may know their whereabouts?
They might if they're still doing business while tracking me. And I imagine they would need places to stay. I could, this is a little bit of a wild idea, but if we want them to maybe catch up sooner and deal with it sooner, I could make it more obvious the places I've been, give them more obvious clues.
Whatever you're comfortable with. But if we start doing that, I think we should have a plan.
Yeah, that's the thing. We would always have to be ready for them to kind of, get at us. And I already feel bad as is that they're after me at all. Especially when we have so much on our plate right now.
It will be okay. We'll take it one thing at a time. I doubt anyone's going to be chasing us up into the mountains, no matter who we are.
Good point.
May I ask, though, via the murder charge, was there a death related to this?
There were a few, but I swear it was not me. I tried really hard. It was kind of a job gone bad. Our leader, Leo, does like little hand quotes. He didn't give us all the right information, or any right information at all. It was more of a setup, him trying to gain more power instead of just a quick job stealing things. It turned sour really fast. There was a lot more people than we could deal with. We got caught. I was really off my game. And I just wanted to run, just get out of there. But he was really determined to get these documents he wanted. And I was young and stupid, and he was somebody I thought I could trust, so I continued to follow them. And they took out anybody in their way. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not something I'm proud of. But from what I know, when my sister told me back at that festival, I said, they've kind of got off scot-free and have pushed the blame on me. And since I'm no longer in town, it's really easy to say that I'm off running, which I suppose I am, but not for the reason they're blaming me for.
As I said, don't apologize. It's fine. What happened. But do you think, why would they be physically after you if they've shifted the blame towards you? Do you think maybe wherever this happened, they're like pressing your old group to look for you because you were one of them?
I imagine it's something along those lines, and maybe the quicker they find me, the quicker they throw me in prison, that the heat will get off of them.
Or maybe it's just dead men tell no tales. We'll
Yeah.
try to keep you alive.
Well, yeah, I imagine that as well. They might just want to either way, kill me or bring me in. If they just bring my dead body, the case is closed. You know, it's more trouble for them for this case to stay open. That's the only reason I can think of. I have nothing of theirs.
You'll always be safe with us, though. I can promise that to the best of my ability. And Fluxes, if I can say that for you.
Always.
I really appreciate it, and I'm really sorry.
You need to stop apologizing, and you need to instead, because I'm terrible with maps, to tell me what town was this again?
Yelezrin.
Wait a minute, isn't that where like the flex that looks around? Isn't that where Mr. Calais is from?
Yes, it's actually where Calais and I met up when we all, I guess not you, but Sasha will know, when we all received the letters in the first place to collect the tea set. I had received mine, and it said that another group member, another partner that I'd be working with, was nearby. So I followed the kid that delivered my letter and found Calais, and then we traveled together to meet up with everybody else at Mr. Harp's house. Oh gosh, do you think Calais has seen my wanted posters?
Probably.
Oh, he's going to be so disappointed in me.
And you can always write him a letter.
I will do that.
And I know Calais sees the best in you. He sees the best in everyone.
Yes, Calais has such a sweet heart. That's why it makes me even more upset that he would be so disappointed in me.
Also, secondarily, because you brought it up, and as you said, everything's been very fast paced. Do you want me to send to your sister?
She did our sending stones. I should really send her a message. I feel like I've been neglecting her. Actually, I'll do that right now. And he's gonna pull out his sending stone and be like, "Hello, sorry for not talking in a while. Things are good. How are you? Okay." And then that's it.
So eloquent. It's why we love Leo.
I am okay. Where are we gonna meet again? Okay.
I read this message out loud. Where are we going again? Sorry.
We're going into the mountains south of Sabra after we stock up there, and then after that we'll be moving northwest across the continent to pick up the tea set. At least that was the plan a few days ago.
Wait, so what's the town name? Sorry, out of game.
Sabra.
Sabra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I start writing, or I send a message again. We're going to Sabra, Mountain Place, then north, east, west. This is all in the message. One direction north, mountain. I said that.
I'd love if it was on speakerphone and like Flex's West like comes over it.
Meet at Sombra? Question mark.
How long are you going to be there? It is not the fastest way I can get there. You can tell they're siblings. They're really good at this.
Yeah, they're about to use over their rollover sendings.
Hold on, I've sent 2 already, and I've got 5.
It's okay, Mr. Leo. You can use my stone.
How long do you think it's going to take us? I imagine we'll stay like a day at most.
In Sabra, yeah, probably maybe a day at the most, but in the mountains, I have no idea. I don't know where this bowl of sugar is.
It might be easier to meet Vin once we come out of the mountains. Get up the next town.
DM, where's the airship field on Escada?
So if you go to maps and locations. I'm trying to get to them. So it is between Sabra and Usain.
Oh, awesome. We'll be passing there.
Yeah, if you go straight across from Sabra, it depends on how far down the mountains you go. It might be a little to the northeast of you.
Should I tell her to go to the airship?
Well, I don't know. Where is she? Last we heard, I think the doctor pretty much took her with. I don't know. Is she still in Tortuga?
I'm going to send a message. Where are you? Have to figure out where you are to tell you where to go. And that's it.
I left Tortuga when I found out you left. I went to Paraxi, haven't been able to find you.
Fuck. She's in Paraxi.
Oh. Ursine might be a safe bet. It's a settlement. I don't know. I've never been there, so.
Okay. Do you guys mind if we go to Usin to pick up my sister?
No, I do not. It's your sister.
By all means.
Okay, I sent a message. Go to Usin. Might be a while. Gonna stay in Sabra for a day. Who knows the rest? Good luck.
I love like out of character. I love Leo's commitment to being vague. Like
Leo doesn't know how phones work.
Good luck. See you there. Don't get killed.
Oh, she's being nice to me. I'm saying this like in character. Should I like tell her I care about her? Is that weird? We're siblings, but we just met. I'm gonna send it. I care about you. Okay? Pick me up a gift or something, please. Bye.
I have to ask, was that his final text?
Yeah, that's his last
Like on
one.
his stone?
Yep. Leo's out of messages for the day.
I care about you too. I will get you a gift if you get me one.
What? I'm just like looking at the stone. What the fuck am I supposed to get her? We're in the mountains. I'll get her a rock. It's fine.
Flex is silent and like he's just stoned. Like he doesn't look like an over serious, but his face is blank and he's just giving you like the slowest blink.
No stone. But Sasha, what would you like from the mountains? Would you like a stone? Would you consider?
We will be stopping in the city briefly. You could pick up a souvenir before we embark.
Yeah. But that's lame. She should get an adventure gift, you know?
I think it is the thought that counts. It doesn't exactly matter what the gift is.
I'll get her 2 gifts and then she owes me.
No, that's not how gifts work.
Oh. Well, why not?
It's meant to be given out of the goodness of your heart, and your return is the joy on the other person's face, not the gift they give.
Leo just rolls his eyes. All right. Sorry. I gotta
think of it as I guess you can think of it as stocking up favors. And just imagine quality time as the return of the favor.
quality time. She's going to be waiting in that city for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So maybe she should get something nice when you finally arrive.
I'll see what's happening at the town.
Good idea.
Well, this has been a productive conversation.
Indeed it has.
I pat them both on the shoulder and I just walk away.
Nope, okay. Doesn't talk. Goodbye.
Flex just starts like nodding to himself, and he's gonna head back to the wagon.
Well, that went well.
I think so too.
Is everyone at the wagon when they come back?
Sure, we'll meander that direction.
I am technically driving the wagon, so yes.
Okay. Did
Did any-
Leo go back to the wagon?
I'm going to say everybody's back at the wagon. I'm sitting next to Panama because I want to drive.
Do you know how to drive?
Huh?
Anything's possible if you believe hard enough.
We can find out.
Oh no.
Just real quick. I'm looking over my notes. I'm sorry. The scrawlings of a madman. Flex is gonna bring up to everybody that we're gonna be rolling into this town in the middle of like a feasting holiday. Do we think that as a group we should endear ourselves to them with like a gift? Now, I can provide a create food and water spell, but though that is quantity, that isn't exactly quality, as it is very bland food. So,
I can give them a bell.
it's like a feasting holiday. I mean, I don't know the customs of this place. Would a dinner bell be bad form, or would they get the joke?
I have these magical beans that I've been holding on to since this was like way back.
Magic beans?
Yeah.
What do they do?
I don't know.
That could be concerning.
Izzy, do you remember what these beans are? They're from like the bag of beans, aren't they?
Yeah, they're bag of
Oh,
beans.
no.
Beans.
Don't eat them.
Oh no.
Do not eat those.
Oh
Leo's
no.
gonna pull out a bean. We can find out.
I would suggest probably not eating unidentified magical items.
That's normally the best thing to do.
What if it is like a storybook and
To be fair, I think I did eat one. I think I ate one when I found them. I also found like this strawberry pastry on the road.
like
On the
road.
Yeah, on the side of the road.
And you ate it?
No, it's just been in my bag.
Why?
I don't know. Because I found it and I put it in my bag. It kind of looked like pristine. It was weird. You'd think food on the side of the road would be bad, but it wasn't bad.
Do you have it on you?
Yeah, I pull it out of my bag.
I'd visually inspect it. Does it look rotten?
No, it looks a bit stale maybe, but not rotten.
This is strange.
I could eat them both and just see what happens.
Please do not.
I don't. No.
Please do not do that.
What if I go take
Leo?
like 30 feet away from the cart and then eat them?
No,
No.
no. If you're going to do anything with the beans, plant them or something. Just activate the magic in a different way that isn't inside of you.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
I'm gonna put them back in
Leo,
my bag.
I swear, if you just got back and kill yourself in front of us all, I will talk to Craig myself and drag your ass back here.
Flex has if anyone's paying attention, he has a little finger pointed out like a finger gun, and it's if anyone's ever seen him cast hold person, it's the gesture, but he's got it half cocked, he's waiting.
Leo just holds his hands up. I'm like, okay. I'm just saying, you said feasting. I have food items.
Stale food items.
It's not entirely stale. And the beans, they're beans. Everybody loves some beans.
Does anybody remember the last time somebody ate a mystery pastry that was offered to them in some form or another?
Leo
I
raises
do.
his hand.
Yeah, don't eat it.
Why did I not prep detect magic today?
Because you didn't think you'd need it.
I should know better at this point.
You really should.
I have no other food. I just have Maximus's food. And Maximus needs that food.
Well, okay. So we have. I can do a number of castings of create food and water. Mr. Catabasis has his good berries, and then vaguely gesturing towards the group. Vel, would you help me go into the woods and see if we can find anything that would lively up the taste of these potatoes that I'm about to summon?
I should be able to help with such a thing.
Okay, so what? Give us 20 minutes, maybe an hour.
Okay. So I'm just warning everybody right now, my internet is dropping in and out.
Oh no.
Okay.
Can you still hear us?
I can hear you. If I disappear, I am so sorry.
It's all right. We'll make it work.
Oh. All right. So, Val and Flux are going where exactly?
Just into the woods or somewhere. I don't know. I wasn't given the geography here.
This is plains.
Proved to be a little difficult.
There's wild onion to go with our potatoes.
Yeah, we get off the road and Flex just kind of has his hands on his hip, looking at the horizon, I didn't think this one through.
Before they go off on their wild adventure into Alberta, Kat will speak up. It's before we go into town, I was thinking about something that was brought to my attention. As it was generally advised, I should figure out something to call myself while we're around so nobody gets the wrong impression and decides I'm a target of interest for the wrong reasons. So while we're in any town, while we're at least in Escada, and he kind of quirks a funny little grin as he fidgets with a paper in his hand. He's like, my name is Nemea.
Leo points
Awesome.
to
Out of character.
his name.
Exactly.
No, that is Panama, Leo.
No, I'm Thrawn.
Oh my god, when did you get a new name?
I've had a new name.
Well, you guys can just call me Leo. Because that's my name.
Flex just pinches the bridge of his brow.
I find this intriguing. A lot of us are acting as if there's mythical, other dimensional, let's say, hunt looking for all of us.
That's rather ironic. We're acting like that, isn't it? I have other reasons. Has no
It
one
just seemed
told Vel about Kenneth yet? Cass is looking at the group in general. Is like, has no one told him about Kenneth yet?
I've heard the name.
No, when
Yes.
I visited Kane, it
That is all.
told me.
There is some type of undead druid-like figure that wiped Otana off the map, and he has a spore-like quality to him, and his name begins with a K, and then gestures at Cat.
And Ortana is
Otana is a town directly north of us.
Was.
City was, yes.
I feel I'll be filled in when necessary and as time goes on, but as I'm not generally from here, we could spend the next 20 years trying to fill me in on what's been happening. Best to kind of take it in stride.
True. Yes, I'm sorry. It is a lot. We will work on our onboarding process.
So wild onions, as it were.
I think that would probably that's our best bet. DM, what is a find onion check?
Like a spell.
Survival or nature?
Vel, you got a big brain. Do you want this enhance ability? Oh, well, nope. You good.
I already rolled a nature.
Yep, you're good.
That's a natural 20 for a 27.
I got an 8.
So, as you are looking, you actually find some wild onions and some beans, and not magical, and some turnips and other various words that food that are grown on the plains that I do not have knowledge of.
Just for clarification, we didn't stumble onto a farm, did we?
No.
Yeah, we're not in some dude's field, right?
No. This was through looking, you'll find some bean plants, and then eventually you'll find, a small patch of wild turnips and some wild onions.
Okay, I just didn't want a farmer maggot situation.
No carrots.
So glad my brain
No
went there too.
mushrooms. Well, a bounty then. Thank you, Vel.
I simply looked, didn't seem too difficult.
All right, so
I will let Flux carry it.
yes, division of labor. You found it. I'll carry it. All right, I believe this will be sufficient to endear us to the town.
That is possible, but they could also look at it as a disgrace that we brought food to their harvest.
We will play it by ear then. How about that? If not, then we have some onions.
Agreed.
All right, we wander back.
Well, any luck?
Yes, plenty. We've yes, we have we procured many what appears to be the onions and beans and such.
Well, let's hope they appreciate the gift.
Here's hoping. I'm just trying to be, respectful with like everything going on. With Otana being destroyed, I'm sure there's plenty of displaced people, and this is a holiday. We're strangers, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. DM, how big does the town look?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
They've been swallowed by the ether.
Yes,
Oh, no.
the Ethernet.
Yep.
There it goes.
Exclaimed her.
There you go.
There it goes. Quick freestyle. Flex turns to Cat. How did the meeting with Marith go?
Oh goodness, I wasn't expecting this.
Gotcha.
Damn, the tables have turned. It went well. It was enlightening. Think it's going to yield some interesting results.
Okay, I will not press any further unless you have information you wish to share. I don't know what the status of it was when you saw it, but I saw it relatively early on.
We exchanged notes of a sort. And made a arrangement of our own.
Interesting.
You look very happy.
Me? Who looks happy? What?
Sorry. Cat said Marieth looked very happy.
Yes. Flex appears to brush that off.
Cat just smiles to himself and doesn't press the
Insight
button.
check.
Insight check. The easy, seeing how the cleric has like a deception of like -25. He's clearly embarrassed by this comment.
Leo just quietly starts going, ooh.
He like clears his throat. And,
Their newfound kinship will also ooze at Flux, even though they don't know why.
Yes.
You didn't think that you could see a more red fire genasi.
Well, I, for one, don't know how to continue without the DM here.
That's fine.
That's
This is
a
like
great question.
we
More
get to-
idle banter.
Yeah, this is just it's like wagon
Party
conversation.
banter.
Listen, we're a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and plus low pars. We have 7 people on a relatively small wagon.
7. There's 7
We still
plus
can't hold a conversation.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Wait,
I was counting.
Lopars here with us?
Yeah. We dragged
Oh,
Lopar.
right. Okay, see, dude, this is why when I was giving you the recap, I was like, I don't know how much you heard because I didn't know when you tuned in. Yeah, we actually rescued Lopar. We found him in the Lotus Village. He was trying to find he's trying to find some way to try and save his daughter, and we were like, yeah, we're gonna get this guy somewhere safe before he gets himself killed.
I forgot about him.
It's okay. I'm thinking of a completely different topic. Lockie, how much, just an out of character question, how much gold have you made off of your little side shuffle? I don't know if that was the right term.
I think he fell asleep.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I'm going to assume that Lockie has made plenty of gold to
He's the
keep
richest
himself.
of us all.
He's been bootlegging this
Probably.
whole time. He's the freaking
Yeah. We gave him the tea. We gave him the teapot, and he's been making bank with it.
I can see it.
I'm not sure how he figured out to make alcohol with it, but you know what? I did think it's funny that he could.
the Bureau of Prohibition's going to show up.
Oh God.
I don't know who stops bootleggers.
Cops.
Game wardens.
I've played entirely too much Red Dead Online, so my brain just jumped to revenue agency.
Yeah, maybe. The taxman's got a gun.
God.
Yep.
Are you gonna report that their income there?
Yeah, I would have Kat ask if there was anything in Flux's mailbag, but we can't actually check that at the present. For all our lovely YouTubers, the DM is working on getting back in here. There's just been a few technical difficulties, so we're just we're just hanging out till B can get back in.
I guess. All right. I got one then. Flex will look over and Cat and say, did you at least ask the tiefling before you took his name, like his friend?
Cat will actually offer a cheeky little grin and holds up a particular piece of paper that's covered in scribbles. And as he holds it up, a particular part of the information is visible, and I just have to find the section of chat that it's in. 1 sec here.
Oh, I see. This was the letters you were passing back and forth that one day.
Oh, yes, it was, and it was particularly entertaining. I asked him for help because everyone else was busy, and the answer I got back says, and I quote, "Use my name, welcome to the clan. Flaunt it in front of Panama, tell him it's because you asked."
Well, all right then. I guess you are Namiya now.
Yes, which means I definitely need to look into a updated style.
Sure.
But that's not important. Sorry for the confusion you had, Flux, with the
Oh no, it's
speed message.
It's fine. That's nothing stops the post.
Not even confusion. I'm hoping though that it'll only have to be in a few towns and not a running adopted trend for extended periods of time.
So I think maybe as time goes on, it'll be okay, especially given the newspaper clipping that my sister sent. I think we may be known at this point.
That isn't true, though I don't know if any names are particularly spreading. There weren't any listed in the paper.
No, I do not believe we gave our name to any of the people that we saved.
No, but they may have overheard something.
Maybe, but
And anyone who saw the paper would probably recognize at least one or two of us. Hmm. Uh, sorry, listeners, we're just sorting out a little bit more here. The DM just got back to us about their internet situation. We're just figuring out what we're doing. Yeah, so DM's not going to be able to get back on for a while. We're not entirely sure when. So, the rest of the party, what do you want to do? Do we want to continue party conversations or wrap it up, or what do people want to do? Sorry, not trying to take charge. This is my DM brain just kicked in to try and help out other DM. So, just bear with me. I'm not trying to take charge of anything.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine. I mean, this is a bit of a tough choice because I
was going to say thank you. We needed a chaperone.
Ain't none of us going to talk otherwise.
Exactly.
Kataba Dad at your service. Yeah. What's the general take, everybody?
Well, I don't know. We don't really know. We don't really know when B will be back. But then again, even if it does get fixed, like you say, it's fixed for good. Lockie is passed out, regrettably.
Sleeping. We'll make sure it's sleeping.
God, it's like
because
what?
he's like it has to be like 3 or 4 a.m. for the poor guy.
Right. So yeah, he's. Ugh.
For our dear listeners, he's on an entirely different continent, so the time zone is very different. So
yeah,
that's why that's where that's at.
Yeah, but he does a lot. He does a lot of traveling too, don't he?
I think it depends on seasonal stuff because he does some.
He's traveling just recently though.
Okay.
Yeah, he could
so
be.
Yeah, so he's
really probably back after Christmas.
He's probably out.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably out. So I mean, it may be best to put it off till next session, for when everyone's in like a better position.
Yeah.
So that's where my vote's at. So.
Impromptu podcast. Insert a scene break.
That's what we were doing, weren't we?
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm up for closing it. I'm up for freestyling into podcast or just doing in between character chatter as a treat for the listeners, as a surprise behind the scenes thing. Like, I don't know, whatever folks are good with, I'm happy to roll with.
As always, I defer to the majority. I am I asked everybody in character all the questions I had before in like downtime, so I got nothing anymore.
Yeah, I don't think Leo really has anything to talk about either. At least not stuff that like we kind of need the DM for.
Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah.
could. It could just be us just playing 20 questions into each other's backstories, but that's all I got.
That would be hilarious. Just this group of randoms sitting outside a city playing 20 questions with each other. That would be interesting. Anybody know any good dad jokes?
What does a monkey call their possessions? They're orangutans.
Oh my goodness. I will have to remember that one to throw at my brother later because he will just cringe. I'm trying to think what's that I've heard recently. Hmm. Yeah, stuff.
Moments.
Much stuff.
Things and stuff.
All right, Jesse,
What's up?
it's time. I want you to go to your refrigerator. I want you to get a cold one, shotgun half of it, and explain the 40K timeline.
The whole thing? No.
The whole thing.
No.
Something's telling me that's not the content we want on our channel.
No.
I mean, this is an impromptu podcast.
That is
It's
true.
been discussed.
Yeah. Here's one, just for entertainment's sake. For just pretty much everybody in the group. In the various different games folks have played, the D&D games or similar that folks have played, be it throughout their entire quote-unquote career playing D&D or just the last couple of years or different games or whatever, what is your favorite reference to something that isn't in D&D? Like somebody, like your DM suddenly throws a reference at you from a game or a movie or something. What is your favorite something that you've encountered so far?
I've got two right off the dome piece, but I think if I thought about it a little bit more, I think I'd come up with more. But what is it? Our dear friend Panama over here made a reference to Deep Rock Galactic in his game, where there was like these like monsters in a mine, and what is it? There was like a group of dwarfs that we were helping like bring some cargo down. They were like doing an investigation, and like even the bar was called the Rock and Stone and stuff like that, or it was the Abyss Bar? One of the two.
It was the Abyss Bar.
That was it. No, the Rock and Stone was in our Saturday game. That's right.
Yeah.
And then the other one was in our original 5th edition campaign, the DM, we were in a dwarven hold, and there was like a locked door, and basically one of the solutions to the puzzle was we sang that diggy diggy hole song. Like it kind of like let us like into it, like the prompt for the puzzle kind of let us into it, and we
it wasn't even that. It was the bard who came up high off his freaking rocker
just started
and
playing.
just started singing it.
But
and then rolled a natural 20, and the DM said, "Okay, yeah."
All right, fine. The door opens.
That's the funniest part. He just came in there high.
It's just.
My goodness. For a sec, I thought the statement "the door opens" was actually referencing something. I thought it was referencing all games across pretty much every person's D&D experience where somebody is expecting a door to be trapped or locked or dangerous, and they try the door and it just swings open. That's what I thought that was at first.
Oh no, that'd be too easy. And
Well, see, that's the thing is.
I think the best one I've seen was from Jesse, where he made an entire one shot for us that was just based in Maine. It was literally Maine.
That's right. Well, that was the thing, was that none of y'all had ever been there, and I'm very familiar with it, so I was like, oh, you just throw in some, you throw some elves in there, it's a fantasy setting. There you go.
That is amazing. Anyone else have a favorite reference or anything like that, or even just a callback to something in past events in a particular game?
Oh God, there's been plenty of callbacks, I think.
I think D&D exists for callbacks, honestly.
What do you mean by callbacks? Like something that happened really early on, or like something from a different game?
Running jokes, references to events that happened in the past. For example, one kind of callback running joke thing that has kind of been tittered at between myself and a couple other people is the running joke of Captain Tart constantly losing his boots. That actually started from something in Campaign 1. Because of a couple entities of sorts that actually followed Traven around back in their adventuring days. And they were of impish nature. And at one point, I believe Tart was using his boots to try to mark where he thought hidden passages were in the estate house we've been staying in. And these little entities decided to move the boots on him. And Tart losing his boots kind of just became something that was referenced back to and laughed about ever since. Which is why back when the party in Campaign 2 was trying to leave Otana, or right before we were going to leave Otana and we were going to the tavern, that was why the party encountered Tart and Traven with hunting for boots, because I almost used the wrong character name. Sasha's Blink Dog puppy stole one of Tart's boots, and that was just kind of a throwback to the jokes in Campaign 1 about Tart and his boots. I think that's one of my favorite callbacks.
That's what I was going to say. It was the first time I ever encountered Tart was in Flux's Session 1, was in that tavern, and what is it? That was
That's right.
There was a mention that he looked out the window and there was a tiefling looking in a barrel with only one boot on or something like that. There was a mention that there was this tiefling looking for a boot. And the Flux was like, what? Anyway, back to the mission. I have no time for this.
Because I forgot that was your introduction to Tart, and that explains a lot. There's so much more to Tart than just losing his boots. That one's just the running joke.
Oh no, of course. It was just
Didn't they meet didn't they meet Tart and then Tart was like, "I love you, Flux."
Yeah. That was like the
Yes.
whole. That was the whole joke was because you were flirting on the most like straight, like faced, like the most blank faced guy in the whole group, and he was just like, "Are you flirting on me?" And Tart was like, "Yeah." It was like, "I guess I am," and Flex just like walked away.
Of course I am. That's all I do.
See, I forgot about Tart flirting with Flux. I knew there was something about Tart I think it was wanting to adopt Sasha
Yeah.
because she was a
Because
blue
she's a blue
tiefling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
gotta
siblings.
collect the set.
Collect the set.
Gotta catch them all. Pocket tieflings.
And then Tart, they saw Tart on the ship as well, and then Tart continued to flirt with Flux and try and get Sasha to be like, "Yeah, we're siblings now."
That was the whole. Yeah, that was the whole thing. Because like Flex was more concerned. He was like he was because he was like checking the boat for the plague, and two of your sailors were in quotation sick. He was like, "I can't." And then I don't even know. Did Flex ever figure out that you were a cleric or not?
No.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm not even 100% sure Tart knows he's a cleric.
Yeah.
He has to know. He's Silence's high priest. Of course he knows.
Tart
Does he though?
So
Does he?
Listen, there comes a point when you can cast 9th level spells that your denial is like a psychosis at that point. No, I'm not a cleric. I'm not a spellcaster. No, I can just bend reality to my will. I can just bring back the dead.
I can't cast 9th levels. I'm multi-classed.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, you multi-class deep.
That is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think I should like 14 levels in cleric or something like that.
Well, you should have the 9th level slots, just maybe not the spells.
True. Let me go look at
Honestly, yeah, it's so fun going back and looking at character sheets. It's like, wait, you did what?
Yeah, I had to, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
I had a moment when I went back to update Namiya for becoming an NPC in this. I was like, wait, whoa, that's right. I definitely dipped into Artificer. What the heck? What was I thinking?
Yeah. Oh, we got guns. That's what you were thinking.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Why did I dabble in this? Oh, right. Gunpowder.
That was exactly it.
That we never used.
Well,
it's the thought that counts.
No, I used the gun a few times when we fell in the Remmer asshole.
Sounds like a good time to use a gun.
Normally is.
I think some of my favorite moments in D&D is when you have a character who just referencing back to Tart, because it made me think of this. When you have a character who acts a particular way, and then nobody can actually remember what class they are. We had another campaign 1 character who did this. That was actually Miri.
Yep.
She portrayed herself like a cleric. She was a warlock, and she cast Eldritch Blast as one of the first things she did in the combat encounter.
You guys kept calling me a cleric.
And everyone's like,
forgetting.
No, it's fine. Miri just took the Eldritch Adept just took the Magic Initiate feat, right?
No, we just kept forgetting.
No.
Kept forgetting.
Because I was very
There wasn't even rationalizing it.
And she was definitely God and not an archfey, for sure.
Mary was such a wonderful sweet bean who was like, "Oh, I'm gonna help people. And would like do healy things." And so it was like, "Yeah, this is the cleric," and we just kept forgetting that Miri was
things. I had not a single healing spell in my arsenal.
Not a one.
you had the attitude, at least. See, this is a perfect example. I just like, yeah, I think Mary did this. No.
No.
No, not once. Miri made
I
you
had
feel good.
Scared the dying at best.
Hey, that helps. That works. I don't remember if you used it, but at least it helped.
We need to go to Ceridium and run into her.
Yes, we do.
Oh shoot! I still haven't made a level 20.
Please do. That it's such a fun adventure going back and taking a character from a previous campaign and then leveling them up to see how they grew through a particular time gap.
I definitely want to
Yeah,
go.
I don't have a multi-class, but I don't know how.
I need to talk
Say
about
again, Ian?
stuff. Me and Leo and Sasha need to, or not Sasha,
So many
Miri.
names.
Miri need to talk about cult stuff. I
Oh
need some
God.
tips.
Mine is
That'll
a
be
cult, though. It's a
entertaining.
perfectly legitimate religion.
Uh-huh.
It's a legitimate
So is
religion. Flex checks the ledger. Mhm.
Insert skeptical
Just because
flux
it's
face
new
here.
doesn't mean it's bad.
No, that was the whole point with like Flex's background is that he has like a whole write up on all of these like different groups and they're like categorized in like benign, helpful, and like malicious or harmful.
Because sometimes people in the family go missing doesn't mean it's bad.
that is exactly why Miri's group is in what is it, benign. It's not we don't know if they're good, but they may not be bad. We're not 100% sure.
I still remember one of my favorite quotes from campaign 1 was Miri was telling the party about her family and they're not an archfey. And if I remember correctly, the line was, "Grandpa Darren was the first one to meet our deity, and he's dead now." And it was just so cheerfully delivered. It killed me. It's like of all the stuff I remember, that is one of the clearest things because it was just so cheerful and nonchalant. It's like, wait, he met this one and died? And then Miri was like, no, he died later. He got old and died. It's just so cheerful.
Yeah. He was a halfling. It was like 90 years later. He lived a long time.
Yeah, we just didn't get that detail until people were like, what? And I remember a couple other hilarious little things happening with campaign 1 and some stuff in campaign 2, just with mistaken or not quite properly used classes. Draven was never a bard until like the last few sessions because I kept forgetting and I had never played a bard before. He was a ranger with musical talent.
I thought he was a bard from the moment we met.
That's because he had a frilly hat people kept stealing. So I love how the one who caused some of the most class confusion in campaign 1 is the one who actually kept track of the fact that the not bard was actually a bard.
It's just bard vibes.
The most socially awkward bard in the world. But it was fun. I miss playing Draven. And then I remember in campaign 2, like the early beginning of campaign 2, I should say, because we're still in campaign 2. I don't know how many people he actually caused confusion with, but I do remember that Calais caused some confusion.
Oh my gosh.
Oh right, because he was a freaking blood hunter.
Yeah. Calais was a blood hunter, but he never acted like it.
I'm going over my notes, Leo. We have to dig deeper into the spoon.
Right. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the freaking spoon.
The kobold spoon in the cave.
What?
Yeah, so at one point in the cave after Catabasis and Leo were rescued and whatever, the guys wandered off to chat a little bit, and Leo was like, "Hey, you got to check out this thing I found. It makes no sense." And he showed Catabasis this little crack in the wall that they could squeeze through, and inside was just like this rundown little tent, and a setup that looked like this kobold from another world was just worshipping a spoon. Like, the kobold was expired, but yeah, it was like spoon worshipping kobold.
I still have the
Amazing.
things I found from there. I have its spoon.
You took the spoon?
I've got a whole bunch of shit from there. Yeah. I think I have with a spoon, a like bell that's made out of spoons.
I don't
You
know.
took the spoon bell.
I don't know if you actually like showed Flux or not, but he would have told you that they worship spoons. Like that's like a cultural thing for them. It's like a power status symbol for them.
He told Flux, and I think he spoke to Kat because that's all he had time for in that downtime.
He showed Kat the little alcove and the spoons and stuff, but I don't think at the point they knew anything about that, because I remember Kat making a deadpan comment of "all hail the superior utensil," I guess.
Yeah.
But Kat never actually was told it was a cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing.
It's not a phase. Yeah, I forgot about the spoon. Oh goodness, what other little things have happened? There's been stuff all over.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes right now, and I need to redo this because it is descended into madness.
I would offer to help, but I am on the wrong side of everything.
No.
I just turned the pages in my notebooks. Now I'm looking back at stuff, and the very first note, like the very first thing on this page says "in the morning," and then in brackets, Leo has a hangover.
That was from an early game.
Yeah,
Early
looking
stage.
at the notes, that was back when the group was just starting to figure a few things out, and Leo somehow, while being absolutely sloshed, stealthed out of his chair at the table, stealthed a drunk goblin into the chair, and went to bed without anybody actually knowing what happened, because even though he was like,
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot that.
It's so
yeah,
funny.
even though he was stealth, he just rolled so well.
It was so funny because we had like a whole ass conversation, like an important security involving conversation where we were like saying, like sensitive information and stuff like that. And we look over and there's this plastered goblin just like in the chair, like what up?
What up?
It was hilarious.
I can't remember. Didn't we help the goblin to bed or like something like that? I don't remember.
No, I think we just left the goblin in the chair and went to figure out what the heck Leo did, and they get on his case about it, but he just didn't care.
Yeah, weren't you like cuddling a crossbow or something like that? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
it,
that wasn't that. Yeah, that was shortly after the party encountered Lopar, and back before he started a redemption arc.
Yeah.
When he was just an absolute scuzzball.
You guys were afraid Leo was going to go fight Lopar.
But yeah, we thought you were going to go shoot him.
I wanted to.
Oh, I recall that. That definitely. And now that we're talking about the Lopar estate, I'm giggling again about the magic carpet fight.
Where I shot Locklear.
Yeah. This carpet tangled poor Locklear up, and Leo was like, I'm going to shoot it.
I only have a crossbow.
Can I please
Didn't you have a knife?
Well, yeah, but that's not fun.
Can I please just what is it? Like as ridiculous as that is, like the insanity of that is what actually caused Flux when he was followed in the footsteps when he was catching up to y'all. That's the thing that tipped him off that something might be going up in that place, was because there was an arrow hole in the rug. He was like, well, listen, if they were vandals or something, there's a lot of stuff you could do. You could set fire to the rug. You could throw it out the window. You could do cut it with a knife. Something has to be, and that's what caused him to he's like, all right, I'm going to cast detect magic and see if this thing's got an enchantment on it or something.
You're welcome.
And that's why he came to the bar and was like, oh, I just wanted to thank you, because whatever the hell you guys did is what led to everything.
Just shooting my friends, my favorite pastime.
Yeah, that reminded me of something else. It reminded me that early into campaign 2, Leo actually threatened to shoot Calais after they had a heartfelt conversation.
Yeah.
That's normally how those end up.
Yeah, and
people.
not Leo, Calais was actually really, really salty about it afterwards.
Yeah. Leo felt so bad.
It's okay. They made up for it though later on when Calais threatened to shoot Leo if he did anything to ruffle Cade's feathers.
Yeah. I like that is what you taught Calais, is to threaten to shoot people if they're not doing what he wants. Or if he's gonna if they're gonna trouble him. Just say you're gonna shoot them.
If someone's gonna spill the beans, shoot them.
Yeah.
Which is like so not a Calais thing to do, but it's just so hilarious to think about it being a thing. And I remember the other characters in the party were stunned that Calais said it. Because most of them didn't have context. And then I remember Leo was just grinning at him like he was so proud. Oh, what happened?
Would it be a Dusty is left?
Ooh. Okay. Oh, Dusty's back. Welcome back. Okay, we just got an update from the DM on the internet situation. It sounds like it will be a few hours before their internet is fixed.
Someone in the power line for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so someone needs to get into the YouTube mainframe and pull the plug.
I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to do that either.
Alternatively, does anyone have like a SoundCloud tune they want to play? That could be a great way to just kill like 5 hours.
I don't know if we're allowed to.
Everyone starts swearing. YouTube will kick us off eventually.
Oh please no. I would jump if everyone started doing that. I've worked in a kitchen, but there's only so much I can taste.
Yeah, we'll just like leave someone running on their mic like some royalty free like smooth jazz.
Elevator music.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So mentioning the power line comment actually just reminded me of something that happened in a town or small city near here. At one point, like half the city lost power because I kid you not, an eagle flew into the power line and died. Like, I don't know how an eagle, of all things, takes out a power line.
Quite easily.
But apparently it happened. And I don't remember the full extent of what all happened, but that happened at one point, and then something happened shortly after elsewhere, and it just took out the whole city.
Ish.
Power came back in like a few hours or so. I don't remember how long it took, but yeah, it was hilarious. Not for the eagle, obviously, but anyway, it just reminded me of that.
Coben, what's been your favorite moment so far, or like at least like a memorable one?
That's a good question.
Now, what are the parameters for that, burrito? Is that Evatoria? Is that any game?
Yes.
So I'm aware. Okay, so any game.
I really liked the moments Calais and Sasha had together. I was still fleshing out her character. I kind of had like a rough idea where I wanted, but I didn't really know anything about her. I was half thinking of dropping her and starting fresh. But Calais was just such an interesting person to play off of. So the moments they got to interact, some of my favorites.
Oh, they did have some really cute moments. I liked their conversation on the airship when Sasha just found him sitting in a corner on the deck and just talking. that reminded me of the chaos in the Otana street. Because I forgot that happened somehow. If it ever comes up at any point, I would love to see the party get to visit Calais again. Like just because I want to see how it all fits together.
Oh, we're gonna.
Is that a promise or a threat?
Yes.
Yes. We will make you RP talking to yourself, because I think almost everybody in here has done it so far.
Have they?
Just about.
Almost. I've done it. I know Leo's done it. Obviously Izzy and DC have done it because they run games.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Making people run two characters at the same time and have a discussion between the two characters.
Yeah, with themselves.
Yeah.
I actually almost had to do that in campaign 2 for Evatoria. I almost had to, but I was able to dodge the bullet.
Oh no, we're gonna this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna have Kat, and we're gonna have Trey in tow because we need him for something, and then we're gonna go to Elazarin and meet Calais.
Oh my word, you would do that to me, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
This is wow, like that. I've only ever run a situation like that in like Hearthwarming, and it was chaos because I started getting voices mixed up.
Listen. How do you think it's going to be for me when he makes me voice Panama and Kenneth at the same time?
Oh, I think that'll be amazing.
I would love those two to trash talk each other. They'd be so good. They would be so sarcastic towards each other. Because they both have that, like, even if you like make a comment at them, they're like, oh well, I never kind of deal. Oh, that's rude. Like you guys would just like quip and then just be like more and more offended with each other.
You didn't just say that. Well, I think you're a
well, I say, how dare.
just a lot more classy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Someone hold my pearls.
That's it. It's taking earrings out.
Someone hold the immovable rod.
I love how that is what is associated with me now.
To be fair, you pulled some hilarious nonsense with it, like shortly after you joined the party.
Mm-hmm, you did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was all right for me because Flux and Namiya talked so vastly differently that it was okay for me to separate them out in my head.
When you have characters who sound different, it helps a lot. But when you've got characters that sound similar, it's like, oh no, they all have the same accent.
Right.
And I can only do so many pitches with my voice.
Well, not just that, just like, I don't know, there's like two very, like, I don't know, different characters altogether that I don't think in a static environment would get along at all.
No, absolutely not.
I can't see it happening. No.
Well, they both have really high religion stats, and they both don't really like lying. So I think but that's like the only similarities they have.
At least they would be honest with about their dislike of each other.
Literally, yeah, that would be.
But here's the problem. One of them's a cop.
That's it, 100%. But like Namiya smelt it on him. Was like, wait a minute. I think he even brought it up. Didn't Namiya bring it up to Panama? Was like, why are you hanging out with a cop or something like that?
I believe so.
I think he did, actually, now that you mentioned that. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that, because that whole interaction was hilarious, like just the intro of that. Nemea sits up in his chair while people are just walking through the front door of the tavern.
Well, that was it.
Justice.
Well, that was it. Yeah, they were, you know, grabbing something from the tavern to bring it up back to the room, and they were coming down the stairwell, and they just looked down over the handrail, guardrail. I forget what those are called. and was it just saw the hat and was like, "Oh, this son of a."
This-
It's like a cat focusing on a laser pointer. Everything's fine, and then suddenly just wide-eyed, just all focus right there. Must get.
Yeah, immediately it was because they're a ranger. It was the same thing seeing prey, like the non-existent pupils dilated, the tail flicked. This is ready to go.
The non-existent pupils.
Cat mode activated. Prepare pounce .exe. Is there a class? This is a question for everybody in the chat. Is there a particular class people either have not tried yet that they want to, or have tried a little bit that they want to play more of, or on the flip side, a class that they've tried and are like, why did I subject myself to this?
I mentioned this earlier, but I really want to do a monk sometime soon. I just like the little whack guys. I like my melee fighters.
Oh, it's so nice. Just give them the skibbity pap.
Yeah.
And then do it again.
And again.
And again. And keep
So
doing
basically,
it. And then you accidentally multi-class or choose your monastic tradition as what was it? The way of the long death, was it?
Yeah, where you just give someone a poke and you give them like a billion D10 of necrotic damage.
that doesn't sound like a long death. That sounds like an immediate stop.
Oh no, I still think the quivering palm is the best because you literally just vibe check someone, and if they fail the vibe check.
But here's a question, because multi-class was mentioned by accident, and the monk and just the sheer amount of punch going on. It makes me wonder if you have a multi-classing monk and bard, does that mean they can use their enemy as an instrument?
And is it called a mard or a bunk?
Bunk. 100%.
No,
That's
it's called
only
a
if they
bonk.
fail.
Bonk. Yeah, there you go.
That works. I want to play my level 20 bonk.
No, because I would allow it, but technically no. And by playing,
it's a good thing we don't follow rules here.
I was gonna say, by playing somebody, what do you mean?
I mean by their body becomes a percussion instrument.
Okay, like a drum? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like a rat-a-tat-tap, they're down, and everybody else just got a buff.
Yeah, I would say if I was in a fight with my closest friends and Panama used somebody as a drumstick, I would be a little inspired. I'd give myself a D6.
How would I use someone? How would you use someone as a drumstick?
Like a gong.
By the ankles.
Like a gong. You got them by the ankles. You slang them.
Okay, though I do feel quite flattered that you think that. My strength score is nearly not as high enough.
I don't want to hear you pick me up by the nape of the neck like a dang cat.
When?
I mean, granted, this was a long time ago, but
the mental image I got was Puss in Boots getting scruffed by Shrek.
So, yeah, that was the vibe.
Anyone else? Any particular classes they want to play more of, try for the first time, or never touch again?
I kind of want to play a Cyanite.
Ooh.
I just think it's a cool class or a cool subclass. I think I've kind of always wanted to take like a wizard from level 1 through an entire campaign, like not through like a one shot.
That could be an interesting thing. I've never played a wizard. I always thought they were I've been led to believe they were exceedingly finicky, and I looked at the hit points and it's like I don't want to have to play filing cabinet spellbook simulator.
Well, that's the thing. I'm painfully boring DC. So like
Okay, I'm gonna take that statement and throw it back with Christmas one shot and Scooter and Thanksgiving one shot and Nemea.
You're right. I do like stirring the pot as well, but I also did make the DM what is it, RP a mailman scene because I wanted mailman content.
Yeah, I also remember you threatened to have me in some campaign I played down the future run an office supply scene.
Yeah, because I had the conversation with you about the wizard before, and I was like, I want to do it, but I also don't want to like subject a DM to me like going to Office Max every other session. And you were like, I mean, I wouldn't say no, and I'd be like, all right, well, then your fate has been sealed.
Right, and that was when I said I could make it interesting. I have a Pinterest board full of characters.
Right. The World War Uwu. Yeah.
Yeah, cute howitzers, World War Uwu.
Oh my God.
That threat hasn't changed.
Oh, God.
It stands.
I disagree. I think the best part about a wizard is making your whole party pay for everything for you because you bought paper.
Okay, that is a very entertaining idea. The question is, how do you? I'm curious how you justify that.
Oh, I'm so in debt.
I need paper.
I'm so in debt. I bought the entire city's. I bought the entire city's worth of guano for the fireballs I cast.
Yeah. Do you want a fireball or do you want nothing? You know. So buy me this room, please.
So you bought a crap ton of ingredients, and now you need us to pay for your room and board.
Yes, you're welcome.
Not only bought, I have creditors now. They're coming for me. We need to leave.
I literally bought this paper mill, okay? But I have no way of paying it back.
I bought the paper mill, but there's no way we'll be able to afford the lease by the time Q3 comes around this year.
Right.
It is not a profitable mill. This is a pump and dump scheme.
Sounds like you need Ted.
I don't even think Ted could fix that.
I mean, he could fix it all right. Just he wouldn't be happy.
No, they wouldn't.
God forbid he tries recruiting again.
You know it's bad when the DM literally is like, I'm revoking your license.
See, the thing is, when you end up hiring an entire fleet of people, for listener context, I don't actually play in the game that this happened in, but I've heard stories. But the thing is, when you end up hiring that many free hands, there's inevitably ways to employ them and or get rid of them. You just have to be creative with it.
Oh yeah, no, there was an easy way to get rid of them, but no. Big man upstairs didn't want to deal with it.
No, Ted doesn't. Ted cares about each and every single one of his contractors. Brandon doesn't count.
Who's Brandon?
See, exactly. You remember him.
I admittedly got to hear the potential pseudo initial rant of the head hot the corporates got mad at Ted for hiring a bunch of people, and
no, it's
I don't know. I thought I threw some valid arguments to the situation. Not that I play the game, but
no, it's true. You made very valid points, and I raised them in game when it happened. But it is what it is. It's okay.
You mean they didn't go for the sailing hot dog vendors?
The glizzy galleon. Yes, 100%. Yeah, there will be there. We're doing cruises.
The adventuring party needs to be able to fund their wizard so the wizard can buy paper without damning everybody's souls.
Dude, our wizard's fine. He doesn't need any help.
It's everyone else who needs the help.
from him.
Yeah.
Is there a class that you haven't played before that you were inclined towards, or not really?
Who was that directed to?
Sorry, Dusty. Okay.
I believe
Methinks
he's
he
refusing
might-
to answer.
Yeah, that's okay. Panama, what about you? Have you played all the classes yet?
Have I experimented with all the classes? Yes. Have I played them?
I've never seen Barbarian Panama.
Well, you saw a little taste of them. It was a little dip.
Right. Just a little. Well, okay, I can't. Yeah, I guess Valkyr counts.
Valkyr definitely counts. He talked with his fists.
Wizard Panama.
Yeah, Wizard hasn't been on there. There was one Wizard I was really looking into that I did make a sheet for, but they archived it.
Oh, what was the subclass?
It was the Psionic Wizard.
Oh.
But they archived it. But I created a sheet for it before they archived it.
Oh, so you just got it in the woodwork.
Yes. Also, if I drop that thing below its the class requirement is not going to go through.
Yeah, exactly. It won't come back.
As soon as I take it off, it's going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they took that from the wizard and gave it to the freaking sorcerer.
Oh, the aberrant mind.
No, I thought sorcerers had like a psionic soul.
Yeah, well, I think that's the aberrant mind.
I had to run to the potty, but I think I've dabbled with everything kind of too. And the ones I least played were like Warlock and Sorcerer. I'm like, I'll just be a wizard.
Fair enough.
Fair play. Fair play.
Yeah, fair. It's pretty fair.
As someone who's made a lot of Warlock packs, fair play.
I was working on like a total Warlock that was like pack of the Fathomless, but like like his pack thing was a gourd. I was homebrewing. I was like, that'd be pretty cool. Where like he changes the water in the gourd to change what his water spells do and stuff like that. But
Oh, that does sound neat.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Why the hell this has just started season 2?
I just want to play more wizard.
I mean, that's fair. When you find a class that you really like, by all means, run with it. There's nothing wrong with having a class. It's like, yeah, I want to be this for forever.
Ever.
Yeah,
I was having fun with Burdak as the Swarm Keeper, though. That was something I want to touch more on.
Yeah, you did that very well. I loved Burdak.
I mean, I stand by the fact that at level 20, Spore Druid is the most broken class in the entire game.
Hard agree.
What's that? All 10 of you just did a consecutive 90 damage to me? Congratulations. You only took 10 damage. You only took 10 health points away from me. Oh, what's that? My turn again. 80 more temp HP.
See, the only thing that I say like balances that out even somewhat is that you have to use your action to do it.
Yeah, you have to use your action.
And druids aren't exactly known for their bonus actions.
Yeah.
Because like that was even it. Because I've thought about killing you. What is it? There are ways to reduce max HP and stuff like that. You can't go around the temp HP.
No. It is there until it's gone. Especially if it's a level 20.
His biggest tank.
Quite literally. I mean, thankfully, was it AC is also not incredibly high. Druids aren't also known for their high ACs, but it's just like the sponge.
Thankfully?
Yeah, thankfully. Yeah, but I know what you mean, Dusty, about the wanting to play like wizard and stuff. I purposefully have to make characters with a lower intelligence and charisma so I don't dip artificer or take a pact.
Fun fact, I have never actually properly played, other than Catabas's early levels, I have never actually played a dedicated spellcaster. Built them, but I've never played one.
I think Flux is the first one that I've done like a campaign in, or done for a campaign.
They're dedicated spellcasters?
Like a full spellcaster.
Okay, see, because when I said dedicated, I was meaning like clothcaster, not I am part of the church.
Oh, I see. Like you can't invalidate my spellcasting because they said I can have a big hammer. Which they can't, because Order Clerics are the weird ones that are like, you get heavy armor proficiencies, but you still have to carry around a little stick.
Yeah, the clerics... The first time I ever played a cleric, I've actually have been meaning to play one in 5th ed at some point, but I haven't. The first time I ever played a cleric was a 4th ed dwarven cleric. And I tell you, she used that hammer more than she used spells.
The hammer's good?
Dwarves get away with extra fun things. You want a random clothcaster who has a warhammer the size of them?
Listen, at that
Can't
point,
guarantee it'll be useful, but
at that point, you should have just played a paladin, but actually put them spell slots to use.
oh, dwarf paladin, I should try that at some point. Does anyone have a race they want to dabble more with, or haven't played before that they want to?
I want to play a Thry-Crane. I've played it so long.
Yeah, the space mantis things, right?
Yes, I want to be a psychic mantis, all right?
Spooky space bug.
I kind of want to be blubber.
Oh, the plasmoids?
Yeah.
For a sec there, I was like, what? But the plasmoid. I haven't looked a lot into Spelljammer, so some of the races in there I'm not familiar with.
I'm also partial to the Owlkin.
Oh,
I like
the Owlins. They're fun.
Uh-huh.
I had one in a 2-shot. She confused a lot of people.
By the Emperor, it speaks.
Exactly. The Owlin Samurai.
Some sort of Zinch demon.
I get that joke now.
So now you get why he was so confused and worried about the talking bird, right?
Yeah, I didn't understand it before because I didn't know hardly any Warhammer anything before other than expensive figures, paint, bink, go boom.
Paint, bink, go boom.
That was more or less the extent of my knowledge, aside from vague things I remembered reading about the Eldar. Humans were boring to me, so I was like, space elves. But yeah, so at the time when we ran that game, all I knew was Space Marine Go Burr, and I didn't know anything else. So I didn't even know who the Chaos Gods were. I would have known Slanesh's name, but I wouldn't have remembered right off the bat what their deal was. And so, yeah, now that I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense for why this poor man was like, what is this?
I honestly was way less frightening than the gray woman that was like stabbing people with shadows. Like that was the one that he was like, I'm actually like, I'm immune from the frightened condition, but I think I'm close to it right now.
If I knew the meaning of fear, I would be afraid.
I would be feeling it right now, yes.
I fear no man, but that one scares me.
I want the return of the first ever time I ever played with you guys. It was not this last Christmas, but the previous Christmas. I want to see Kremling's Christmas box mimic person again. I thought
we never got to see the Christmas mimic.
That was like when I was getting the intro for everyone, I was like, I was glad I had my push to talk on because I was howling when you were explaining that to me.
Coben, are you ever intending to bring the Christmas box mimic back? I just realized I used your hearthwarming name.
I have to remind myself every time not to call her Coben.
I've gotten such a habit of calling. Now I almost called her Miri. I haven't done that in a long time. Of calling Kremling Coben, just all the time.
God, speaking of Christmas.
Yes.
Oh God, sign language.
Oh, the sign language to each other. Yeah. That was good. Good fun.
There were so many ways that could have gone, and I think it went in the best way possible, which is absolutely horrible.
Oh God, I love it. Oh, wait a minute. I know. The other best reference to things outside of D&D. The Thanksgiving one shot.
My goodness, yes, the Thanksgiving one shot was amazing. But what part of that was your favorite reference? Because that thing was just chock full of them.
All of it.
That is true. You referenced a lot of things. We had, let's see, Fantasy Warhammer. We had a lot of Destiny. I don't know if the turducken was a reference or not, but that was horrifying. And I found the sheet on Pinterest shortly after you posted it. What other references were there? Because I know there were several.
The turducken was just a reference to the real world. That some madman made that.
Yeah, that's true. Some things just should not be constructed.
Scientists spent so long asking if and not should.
Thank you, Dr. Malcolm. If Mary, dag nabbit, if Kremling is there, I can't remember. Did you ever mention a favorite reference that came up at some point in a game? Because we kind of went from references to favorite moments, so I don't know who all gave a favorite reference.
I don't know. I don't have any on mind. I don't think I said anything.
Fair.
Yeah.
There is one thing that keeps cropping up in your game, Dusty, or at least in stories, and has shown up twice since I joined that one. That has made me laugh so much is that stupid song that Sid plays.
Judging Gong.
Yeah, just that stupid song.
It's a great
The
song,
problem is it's catchy and it's cute.
right? And now think about Edgar Allan Poe writing that song, because that's basically what happens whenever Sid sings it. That's the funny part about it.
Yeah, is that Sid is this like very like grim bard?
See, I always pictured. Okay, this is gonna sound ridiculous. When I picture Sid, I picture like I don't remember what race he is, so my brain always just pictures him as human or half elf.
Yeah,
And
he's
he's
a
got
half-elf.
like okay.
With
I
a
picture
dwarven
him
beard.
with like no, I don't picture him with a beard at all. I
Well,
picture him
he
with
does.
like longer, like straight blonde hair pulled back into a little ponytail and like a cowboy hat and like a plaid over vest and like he just looks like a cowboy to me. Or not a cowboy, but like a ranch hand. I don't know why.
That was Magnus.
Yeah, that was definitely the sorcerer, 100%. No, Sid started off. He looked like he was like this clean shaven, had like was the kind of like short on the sides haircut, and then what is it? The adventure's been going on. He got a belt of dwarven kind, and his tooth fell out, and Jade made him a gold one, so he looks like a prospector now.
Good to know. I'll try to remember that for the next time we run. I don't remember. I don't actually know how to pronounce the name of that one. I've tried it several times. Like I don't know how to say the name of this game, but I love it.
It's Shul Givner. No, it's Sylva Gilmore. Sylva Gilmore. Sorry, I was being cheeky.
Yeah, I was pronounced as Solgivmore, so I guess I had it right. I think that's actually the first game I've played a proper barbarian. And he's not really the typical barbarian, which I think is part of why I have so much fun with him. Fancy
The
man
fun
in a
dies out.
suit.
Eventually, it will
Say
just
again.
be constantly killing gnolls.
I mean, there's more than one way to kill a gnoll.
Is there?
Yeah. I can get
Yeah,
creative.
there's all sorts of ways to kill a gnoll. The end result doesn't dictate how you do it.
Listen, Kane can get pretty creative when he wants to.
I do
That
think
terrifies me.
part of that campaign already with Kane just freaking out because one of his Skaven died.
It was a very emotional moment. I don't want to hear it.
That was so funny. Because Pace was being a dick. And like you went like over the top with it, and I loved it. There was even like when Sid like did perform the wake and like everything. You were just like crying on him. You went so over the top. You even got an apology out of TJ in character. Like, I didn't think I'd ever see that. He came over. He's like, oh, Pace goes over. Listen, Kane, I'm sorry for killing your rat. And you like dead faced him after that. You were just like, oh, it's fine. It's okay. He's back home. Like you straight up, like you baited him so hard. It was so good.
I think some of the best moments in game is when you either blatantly bait someone with just the most elaborate display of acting, or you accidentally just kill everyone because it's an emotional scene. And it just like you accidentally kill people. No, I'm just talking in general. I don't know if you've done that. To be honest, in my experience, I don't know if you can do that, but I'm sure you could if you tried. Yeah, I love just whenever a player gets so into the moment where it's like they get it to the other side of the moment and they're like, oh my goodness, what did I just do to the other players?
You mean the moment where I didn't think Izzy was going to ever talk to me again because I killed Sid?
I like that. That is one thing. I was thinking along the lines of like a character is having a severe, like, something hugely big is happening, and the character just starts falling apart, and then like you listen for a moment because there's quiet, and you hear someone else sniffle.
Yeah, I'll tell you when that happened. How dare you, DC? Like when Calais left, that was not supposed to be that emotional. All right, I was like, I was like, it'll be fine. And then like we got partway through. I even had this thing written up. I had some cold shit for Flex to say to Calais, like some heartfelt stuff, and I was like, I can't do it. So I just like I was like IRL crying. So I was like, I'm just gonna say some shit and then just move on. Just be nice. Just whatever. I couldn't like bring myself.
I think original Flux's death was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was a little intense. Yes, thank you, Coben. Have a good night. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, good night.
Thanks, Coben. Have a good night. I'm not sure how much longer we want the podcast to go. I'm happy to keep going with it. If folks want to, if folks were wanting to wrap up, we can call it there. Whatever works best for other people. I'm happy to keep chatting game and discussing character events and whatnot on the YouTubes, but it is up to everyone else. I don't know how tired folks are.
I'm probably gonna pack it in here in a few, but I don't know what we're gonna do about the podcast. I guess someone's just gonna have to hack Lockie.
B said that someone could go in later, and after they close it, they can edit it, so there's not just the long drift afterwards.
Oh, that's true. Just cut it at the session.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good for a little bit longer.
Okay.
So Dusty, in reference to Flex's original death, I'm sorry for making it worse.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't think any of y'all was gonna let me DM after the one shot I pulled.
I thought that there was some constructive conversation, and we moved on from it, and everything was good.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, during it, I didn't think. I was like, oh god, I'm probably not going to be able to DM for anyone here now.
Was that a game in this group or a different one?
Oh yeah, no. No, it was this one. Remember your Owlin? Remember?
Yeah,
remember
okay,
everything?
was that one?
Yeah, remember everything that happened in that one?
Yeah, because I was like, wait, we can't actually do this fight. We're gonna die, and I was doing my best not to freak out because it's like, no, it's okay. It's a combat-based game. This is fine. And then like the mention was dropped that Roland looked like he was going to get his ass kicked soon. I was like, okay, I just gotta pause game here. It's like, how do we actually win this? And I was trying to be polite and trying not to sound angry, but I was like, okay, I don't want a team wipe. We're at the end of the game. We have to escape this. And so I was like, I was legitimately like, yo, I will not be okay if Roland dies. Like, I've known this man for 3 hours, and I will feel bad if he dies. But yeah, no, I think it was. I think that was a good introduction of sort to get a feel for the play style. It did have a rocky bump in the road towards the end, but I think overall it was actually a lot of fun, and it made me think in a more combat-based play style, because I typically don't play heavy combat, so it was fun. For the listeners, as a little heads up here, Izzy is pretty sure they figured out how